How's things, everyone? So, it's been a while. 5 months, maybe 6 months, I think, since the last time I uploaded a video. How's everyone been? Let me know in the comments how you guys have been. Anyway, Jake Paul. Obviously you guys know who he is. About 16 million, just over 16 million subscribers now. Might be on 17 million by the time I finish recording this, actually. So the channel grows so quickly. But anyway, US daily vlogger, and of course the brother of Logan Paul. I wanted to get this video out to try and get you guys to understand why, over the last 2 months or so, I've been proud to call myself a Jake Paul supporter. Obviously I know what a lot of you guys are going to say straight off the bat. Oscar, did you just say you support Jake Paul?
Did someone say that you support Jake Paul?
Jake's an idiot. Why would you support Jake Paul? Now, while a lot of you are obviously saying the same thing, during his time on the platform, Jake Paul has come under criticism, and like I'm guessing 99% of you guys watching, he's made mistakes. Jake knows his audience, and he knows how to be the character that will keep his audience watching and will make them want to subscribe. It's this internet persona that Jake created that I feel that a lot of people start to take issue with him. The first thing that I feel like people need to understand about Jake is that he is a fantastic actor and entertainer. He produces regular content, high production value for his predominantly young audience, but I firmly believe that this is not the real Jake Paul. 4 months ago, when the boxing fight between JJ and Logan Paul was announced, the YouTube scene as a whole exploded. When a big YouTube event pops up, there's people making videos all over the place, myself included. It was no different for JJ, Logan, Jake, or Deji. They all made videos, some of them were diss tracks.
Everything is on point.
Bitch, you know you gonna lose. I got one question for you. Bitch, I'm a fucking champion. Bitch, I'm a fucking champion.
Some of them generally disrespectful to one another. But there are a couple of videos that Jake was part of that really stood out for me. The first was the UK press conference for Jake. He's basically got a whole nation on his back that does not want him to do well. Jake on stage received abuse, he got things thrown at him.
Don't throw anything, come on.
He probably would have been expecting that. The level of composure that Jake showed was massively mirrored by Deji's behaviour. Deji seemed to show a lot of aggression towards Jake and also was behaving quite childishly. When he was trying to ask him a question, he got the crowd saying things like,
Jake, what's your opinion so far of all of the footage you've seen of Deji sparring? Boring! Deji.
Or he'd get a chant being like,
Jake Paul! Jake Paul!
Like, obviously, Jake would sort of jump in on, naturally you would, obviously, if someone's saying something, you're going to try and turn it round on them and make it, make it fuel you. And, in the end, Jake did exactly that.
Jake Paul! Jake Paul!
And got fuck Jake Paul on a necklace that he wore to the fight as he walked out to his own song. Like I said, he answered questions, he was very composed, he showed a lot of maturity, and this for me was a glimpse at what I'm going to keep referring to as the real Jake Paul. Then came the face-to-face, and this was the thing that for me cemented my thoughts about Jake and why I decided to support him. He was receptive to questions, he waited his turn, he was generally very polite. And I think, naturally, being British, obviously, I think that's something that should be admired. Especially since I felt that Deji was very, very childish in that interview. All he was trying to do was get under Jake's skin, he was trying to wind him up, he was just trying to get a rise out of him, and Jake remained very composed and very mature.
Yeah. You got such a meathead. I didn't realise. And your nose is a lot more crooked.
Yeah, that's so.
That's nuts.
Does that make you feel good about yourself?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I feel like that deserves props. Equally, when he went on the True Geordie podcast, now, just before I go any further, that was a podcast that I thought I would never see. I think True Geordie's podcast is brilliant. He wants honesty. He talks about wanting honesty, and I think Jake gave him that.
I could never imagine, like, I would hate training for this by myself. Like, it'd be lonely. I wouldn't work as hard. Like, I don't know.
You know, he spoke about how he was feeling, how he felt about going into the fight, being the favourite. They spoke about all the things that Jake had done in the lead up to the fight. And Jake was honest. It was one of the first times that we had seen the real side of Jake Paul. Jake works extremely hard. He puts everything into whatever he does. You've just got to look at when he moved from Ohio to LA to start Team 10. He did what it takes to win. The type of content that he makes, he knows the content that his audience wants to see, he knows what gets views, he does what it takes to win. And the boxing, I feel, was only another example of Jake's commitment to whatever he does. I know how difficult it is to train for a fight. I know you have to be sensible about the things you eat. You have to be sensible with how you go to the gym, what you train, when you train, how often you train. Like these things take an enormous amount of commitment, and it showed on the night. Yes, Jake didn't knock Deji out in the first round. He got to the 5th round, you know, fair play to Deji. Deji's corner threw in the white towel because he was getting pummeled by Jake. And I don't mean any disrespect to Deji. Jake performed brilliantly, he won his fight, and once again, he did what it took to win. I know how easy it is to jump on the I hate Jake Paul bandwagon, especially being from the UK. Honestly, there is an enormous amount of pressure to hate this guy. You're gonna be Team KSI, you're gonna be Team Deji, and honestly, over the last 2 months, what I've seen,
I'm pro Jake Pauler.
If by any chance Jake does see this video, congrats on the fight, dude. Like, I know what it takes to train for a fight. Not only that, stepping into a ring is hard enough, knowing that there's someone on the other end that's trying to hurt you, but stepping into a ring where 90%, 95% of the fans in that arena will have wanted you to lose, honestly, I have an enormous amount of respect for you. Alright, that's enough rambling for me for one night, I think. Thanks everyone so much for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please go down and drop a like. Subscribe as well if you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on the channel. Cheers everyone, take it easy.